Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Centron.
It's good to be back.
Welcome back, listeners. Wherever you are listening from, thank you for rocking on the other coast.
Without further ado, let's get into what we've been playing.
Let me ask you a quick question. Did you beat Mortal Kombat already? Mm-hmm. You did?
Totally.
Perfect.
Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat first. How fucking awesome is Liu Kang, God of Thunder and Fire?
It's pretty fire. I wasn't expecting that. I love fighting game stories that are this cheesy and amazing at the same time. And that shit was fire. Honestly, it was really... It's so stupid. But I just love it. I just love it so much.
Yeah, I'm lost on the story as far as...
I watched a video on it, and watching the video is still, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, as far as, like, overall goes. I still thought it was pretty good. It was cheesy. It was hilarious seeing, like, them with them younger selves.
Yeah, especially Johnny Cage was fucking hilarious.
Oh, my God, that was so fucking funny. I thought that was a great aspect. Seeing Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade young, and then them having to see their daughter, and like people having to see their like future and shit early, like it's just a mad weird concept. And I thought it just made for a really cool premise to the story mode. What I don't like about that is that those skins are you have to go through the fucking crypt and shit and unlock them shits.
Yeah, it seems like the crypt is the problem with this game in full, because a lot of it is revolved around the crypt. So even if you take off the grinding that the crypt does, it's still baked into the whole game. So it's kind of hard to just remove. So as long as you just play the story mode, you're going to be fine and have a great experience. But for purchasing, it just seems like a bunch of bullshit you don't really want to do, personally.
Yeah, it's I did it for a little bit just to kind of see. There's really no, at least from what I saw, like there's no guarantee that you get anything when you spend these fucking coins in the crypt. So like,
you get something. It's just what you get. Yeah, what you get is it worth it?
It's a guarantee that you get something, but like, are you going to get something that you want? As far as I'm playing the game, like I don't really want fan arts and like weird shit. I want the skin. And there's no solid trick to like, oh, if I get X box, this is the skin that I'm gonna get. Like you could buy 1,000 thing box, or you can buy a 15,000 thing box.
Usually, the more expensive you are, the more shit you're gonna
the better
get.
chance you have.
It's not a thing I like. I'm gonna just see. The minute I started playing it, it was like cool to see Shang Tsung running that shit. But I have no desire to do any of that. It's cool though, because there's a cool mechanic. Like you can customize your character to like Liu Kang. You can change his nunchucks and shit like that. I think that's pretty fucking sweet.
What is cool about the crypt is you kind of go through where Mortal Kombat was held. So, like, I went into Goro's lair and, like, his dungeon and shit, and I thought that was really fun and really cool. And you just get to visit different parts of, like, that little, area that they made. So I thought that was pretty awesome, but all in all, I still had a really great time playing the game.
Yeah, I don't really, minus... Like, for me, if I was going to tell someone to buy it, I probably would tell them to wait for a sale, because I think the majority of the fun that I personally had was through the story mode. And the story mode was like, I don't know, like 5 hours, maybe less. I don't know. It didn't seem very long. I beat it in 2 nights, and I was very conservative. I didn't play very late.
It didn't take very long to beat it all. And if you don't want to get caught in the grind of doing towers, and fighting games really aren't your thing, it might not be the pay on full-on 60.
Also, when you hear about all the shit that went on behind the scenes, it's even more so like maybe you shouldn't buy this off the rip and get it later on. I want to point out though that I think that the fatalities are cool, but those didn't really surprise me. What really stood out to me was the environments, like the stages and stuff. They had some fucking awesome stages, like Goro and a skeleton like sitting down. They had fucking just the one scene where it had like a dinosaur in the background and shit. Like they had like crazy scenes. Like the stages on that game were just absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, so the other coasts, we're officially giving Mortal Kombat 11 the pause button, because you can definitely catch this on a sale and it'd probably be worth a little bit more value to you. 60 might be a little bit much.
Fair. I got no more to say about that. We can move on.
Cool. Cintron, speak to me about fucking Katana because you've been raving about this shit on Twitter.
Yeah, I plan on doing a full review for it, but I'm just under the weather, so I just want to give a couple of quick shout outs to that game. It is an indie game. It is beautiful, and it has a very weird, like when you see it, you're like, oh, it's a really pretty game, but it has like a crazy sci-fi story that I can't even begin to tell you. And honestly, you really shouldn't look into it. It's definitely a game that you should just play it, experience it, and you'll understand what's going on as the story progresses. But it goes into a crazy point that no one knows about. Like I know I sure as shit didn't when I first started playing. But basically, it's filled with, you go into a room and there will be people to kill or whatever, and you can slow down time and reflect and jump around and do shit like that. So you can reflect bullets with your katana right off, like, they shoot, you can bounce, hit the bullet back at them. If they hit you like twice, you're pretty much dead. So you really are playing this to do it like as a perfect run. So you'll go into an area, you'll rush in, try to kill as many people as you can without being even touched once, and then you go to the next area. And if you fuck up, it will basically say that's not right, because basically you're reliving it in your brain. Mm-hmm. So you'll rush in, kill everyone, and like, dude, you're like slapping bullets, doing dodge rolls, like you're doing crazy ass shit in these levels. And then the music is, I want to do more to give this more of a shine because it's just so fucking unique, man. And it's one of those indie games that I'm just like, man, I paid like $15 for it. I had such a fucking great time. Soundtrack's fire, graphics are great, gameplay's super fun. A couple of quick critiques I didn't really like. I didn't like the variety of enemies. I don't like the progression of the game where your character develops, like as a story, but like physically your character is pretty much the same character you get from the beginning. So that's a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. I like to get more powerful as I progress through the game, where in the beginning it just felt like I didn't understand it, and as I understood it, I became more powerful, but I never really actually became more powerful because all the same abilities from level 1 to end level are all the same. So all in all, it's a must buy if you have a Switch. And we're going to do a review where I actually have some gameplay up. We'll show you the soundtrack and we'll do a little bit more, but just as a quick hit, can't recommend it enough.
Kobe!
Shout out to Katana, that's fucking awesome. Fucking Days Gone.
I apologize, I sound like shit, by the way, guys. I don't feel good at all.
In New York, it's allergy season right now. The pollen is through the roof, so people are not feeling up to par, let's just say.
I felt great this morning, and I took my kids outside to play, and then they were cutting down trees. And I just knew it. And then now I sound like Squidward, so I figured.
It's coating the cars. It's not our fault. Anyway.
I'm definitely going to give Katana Zero much more love than I just gave it then. Buy that game.
Back to Days Gone. Days Gone got a really rough review out the gate. A lot of people critiqued it very heavily, very harshly. I'm only so far into Days Gone, probably, maybe I can't be more than like 3-4 hours probably. I've only done 2-3 different things. So I'm definitely not far. From what I have played, I can say that I definitely enjoy that shit.
Give yourself a little air horn for that one.
It looks beautiful. I just got a PlayStation 4 Pro for everyone listening.
Round of applause.
And
so 4K TV and a PlayStation 4 Pro.
4K TV, PS4 Pro. It looks fucking great.
It looks really good.
I can't stress enough how good it looks on the TV, how well it's performing. It's doing a fucking bang-up job. I haven't come to any of the gripes that any of the reviewers have met yet because I'm still so early on. What I can say is I like the variety of things that you have at your disposal. I like the fact that you have to scavenge shit. Shit is not just abundantly available to you. I don't know if that might just be like some beginning shit or...
No, it's definitely survival.
It's like a survival type of thing. Like you have to gather materials to make the Molotov. Like to make the special crossbow, you got to get the whatever and stuff. So I like that aspect of it.
If you want to spike bat, you have to find a bat, then find nails, and then craft them both together to make it. They're not going to have run around with, Bats like that, shit like that.
Yeah, you're not just picking that up somewhere.
You can pick up a Molotov. You got to find rags and find a bottle and put them together. And it's not hard to find these things, but they're not like in abundance, as he said.
So I really enjoy the scavenging part of it. I like it's, you have to kind of be stealthy with the freakers running around. I like the fact that they call them freakers instead of zombies. I think that's just...
I can't stand that shit, but that's... I understand
two sides of the fence there.
I understand why they do it, because it is different, even though no one wants to admit it, because you can just shoot the shit out of them. However, you're still going to go for headshots constantly. So you still feel like you're fighting zombies, but you can light a freaker in the chest and it will fall and die. Like, it's not like a zombie where you have to get headshots or nothing. So that is a different dynamic. And they're not slow. They're fast as shit. But
mad fast.
Yeah, they're fucking crazy. So for me playing it, when I first got it at launch, I did experience a lot of glitches when I first started playing. So I started the first cutscene and it ended abruptly. And I was like, that didn't seem right. So then I actually restarted it because it just felt like it was wrong. And it was totally wrong. It like dropped midway through a cutscene. And like, it was, I don't want to spoil anything, but it was very early in the game. And it was a big part that it left out that would have made me go, what the fuck is this whole story about? Like, it was like a very big thing. And then another thing happened to me where I was running around and I was shooting my gun, but there was no audio cues, and then the gun disappeared. But like bullets were still coming out of it. So I've seen like little things like that. I will say, as of right now, it's like May. It's a little bit past the date. I played for like 2 hours today and I didn't experience any glitches. So once again, you're playing early in the beginning. You're going to experience a lot of stuff. Now that things have been patched so much, it's not as bad. Not that that's an excuse. You can't, they really should have pushed this game out a little bit farther to give even the reviewers a better experience and the players a better experience, because this game was definitely not ready. I gave them credit in the past about getting away from the early February because it was just a really packed time with Crackdown and all those games coming out. But that wasn't to get away with them. That was because that game wasn't ready. And they just used that as a mask to trick you. But as you were saying about the reviews, I don't necessarily agree. I've played a little bit more than that, but not very much. But I don't agree with like, a lot of people complained about the bike. And as I've been upgrading the bike is just feeling better and better, which I think is a really important thing. It's like they said it felt clunky, and as I've upgraded it, I'm already 5 to 6 hours in, already feeling the bike maneuver better, pick up speed, be quieter. Like, so to me, I'm all for it. I think it's great. Deegan, people really didn't like. I'm all in. I totally want to know what's his story. The only thing that's annoying me so far in the open world that's pissing me off a lot is those fucking audio things. Like that guy.
They'll randomly pick up and... Yeah.
That talk show guy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's super fucking annoying and doesn't shut up. And I don't know if that's just because I'm in his area and I'm doing missions for him, or if this, because I can tell you right now, if this is going to be like this the whole game, he's going to fucking drive me bonkers.
You can skip it by pressing the pad, but like...
Totally. Yeah, I could. Or you can just shut the fuck up. That'd be it. But yeah, so the gameplay I really like. I don't like the shooting at all. It feels like Uncharted in not a good way.
That's a good comparison. It does kind of feel like that.
It's a very... Well, this studio, if you guys don't know, it's Sony Bend, and they used to make Siphon Filter games from back in the day. And they made a Vita Uncharted game. And then after that, they made this game. So you can see this game... 100%. There's two types of games that come out a lot of times. It's people who were in a bubble and just made a game, right? And then there's people who try to learn from what people were making and they try to implement it into their game. This is definitely a mixture of both, where in certain avenues, people who've made open world games have picked up on certain things. For an example, so if I'm getting a call from one of my homies, right? He's literally in the room right next to me. But because I left the room, he's calling me. Hey, next time you're around, swing by and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I can literally turn around and just walk into the room. So it's like shit like that. That's like, someone else, I'm sure, would have programmed it so you had to be a certain amount of distance before something like that happened. Right. And that breaks immersion. So that's not good. And that's just like, stuff that the industry has fixed yet. So it makes them seem like behind from that end. You can tell for sure that they were heavily inspired by The Last of Us. Like the way you crawl and you do your stealth mechanics and you throw shit. I mean, it's very Uncharted Last of Us, and not in a bad way. And like, I'm not saying that story is anywhere like The Last of Us. I'm not trying to compare it to The Last of Us, but the way, there's zombies. You're very cautious about your materials. You're very cautious about sound you're making because you don't want to attract everyone to you. Like all this just feels very much like a Last of Us. But the facial animations and the cutscenes, man, they learned a lot from Uncharted in a very, very good way. Like it looks fucking phenomenal.
It looks great. It looks absolutely amazing.
So I definitely want to see the story, how it progresses. So I guess for me, like when I saw these reviews, I was very surprised at how bad they treated this game. And then for me playing it, like I can see their gripes. I'm not saying that their gripes aren't like valid, but to be a 5, like I'm like, what world is this game a fucking 5? And a lot of people say things like, it just seems like an open world game. And I wouldn't, just another open world game. And I would not say that that is wrong. Certain aspects are very Ubisoft, go to this tower, this opens, clear this nest out, and then you can people will go into that town, shit like that. It seems very like open world, check boxes, Ubisoft shit like that, which there's nothing wrong with as long as they're fun. The side quests in this game have already started to feel like it's going to be one of those open world games where it's like, go grab this and drop it off to this person. Go kill this person, bring me back this, like very like boring run-of-the-mill stuff.
Yeah.
But the world, man, I'm loving the world. Like, dude, have you seen a horde yet?
I've only seen one horde. There was like a scene where I was chasing after a guy, and like they were running up the street. And
no. So when you see one, I know what you're talking about. When you actually see one in the fucking world, terrifying, fucking terrifying. I was riding my bike, got off because it was this freaker, and I was like, there was a couple following me. Like I like to like make my bike loud, let them follow me, park the bike, turn around, and just take them out. And I was taking them out, and my like fucking map just started going crazy. And I'm like, what is that? I turned around, dude. I have no idea how many were there, but it was an unbelievable amount. And I fucking turned around, and they started chasing me, and I fucking blew it on those guys. And then just like because I'm like, I looking behind me as I'm driving, and you can just see so many fucking zombies. And I'm like, holy shit, this looks fucking crazy. Like, nope. And then I've seen little hordes take out a camp. So just like the zombies and the mechanics and how you can use them is so fucking interesting, and just you really do feel like very connected to your bike. You really want that like that bike saves you out of a lot of fucked up situations, and it's just so good to like you end up appreciating it. It's I like it way more than I like my horse in Red Dead, and I know that's blasphemous, but
I don't know why people are so against the bike. I like the bike. I like the idea of upgrading it and making it better, and just that concept, or maybe finding like his old one and then like you upgrade that one. Something like that. But.
So I have a critique, and I don't know if, as I play the game, actually I pretty much do know that because I haven't seen one person talk about this. So I'd imagine that this doesn't happen in the game. But I find it weird that every person in this world. Have you seen a car? Have you seen anybody drive a car yet?
No, they're just usually all abandoned.
Okay, same. So hold criticism could be later on in the game. We see cars and stuff like that, but I feel like I would have seen one or two, already. Why are they all like Harleys and choppers? Like there's not like one like fucking
street bike,
like or any type of like why is everyone like it has to be a hog? I don't get.
Don't fuck with crotch rockets out there,
especially in a zombie apocalypse. Like you wouldn't be running around with this fucking loud ass Harley. You be trying to get a little fucking
pocket rocket.
Yeah, a little quick little thing, a little Kawasaki, some shit like that. So that's a weird thing. I don't know if I'm being too picky on that, but I do think that's a little weird.
No, I agree with that. I should be able to pick a type of bike.
And I understand if he was like, yo, this is my bike, I'm a fucking biker. But he should be able to be like, well, I'm about to pull up in this camp. Let me get a little sign, a little something quieter.
Mm-hmm.
And make it so like the bigger bikes. Also, like, I don't know, and I looked at attachments and I didn't see anything. Maybe there is something, but like I just feel like they're losing an opportunity to have fun with the bike, where like, you know, run over a zombie, or like if I was them, I would have made it like, you know, yeah, this bike is quieter, but it doesn't have as big as a gas tank on it, so you can't go as far. Or I would make like, yeah, this is a hog and it's super loud, but you can fucking ram that bike into people and you're going to fuck up their life and your bike will keep on going. Where the little tiny bikes, you know, if you hit somebody, you're going to be fucked up.
Be like more durable.
Yeah, like you can balance it out to make people make that conscious decision. But I don't know. That was part of a little weird for me. So I do have some gripes on it, but in no world is this not a really good game and on the verge of being a great game. Like that's the way I feel right now. And if the story pays off, it will probably be a great game. But yeah, it's hard to tell now.
I'm enjoying the story so far from what I know, and I'm excited to play more. It's just
another thing that people blew up out of the proportion is their dynamic, him and his wife. Totally believable, everything that they do. I don't understand this whole like, because you saw the video of like, ride me like you ride your Harley or whatever, or some shit like that, and like, totally made sense. Don't understand that dynamic that they're making them feel like they're weird. I never got the impression that they were like, I don't know. It was believable, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. That was weird. That's a weird thing that they totally blew out of proportion.
Yeah, they seem to be just trying to rake this game through the coals. I'm not really sure why, but
you know what though? At the end of the day, guys, if you like this type of game, you should buy it. If you want to wait for a sale, this game will be... I can't say that it's a pause because from what I played now, it seems like a lot of the patches are already getting through, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I will say that there was about a week's difference between Cintron and I playing, and I didn't experience any of the first wave issues that he experienced.
Probably because by the time you played it, there was probably 10 patches that went on before. They did a patch like every day, which isn't okay. I'm not making excuses for this game. It's not okay, but... if someone's listening to this and wants to purchase it, I don't think you're going to be upset by it at all.
Not now.
And it seems like it's a fucking huge game, so you have a lot of time on your hands.
Last game that I've really been playing, I think you play a little bit too. I got a gift card for my birthday and bought Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Great fucking game.
And let me tell you, after having played Mortal Kombat and swapping up to FighterZ, there definitely is a difference between fighting games.
Oh, 100%. Those are very different. That fighting game is so fucking quick, man.
1,000%. And I know for a fact that I am much better at Mortal Kombat than I am at FighterZ. I'm kind of trash at that game.
It's hard. That game is very hard.
Still super fun, as hard as it is.
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about that game. It has a lot of auto combos. And... you know, even if you're just button mashing, you can do some crazy combos and it'll look really cool.
Absolutely. That's all I be trying to do in there. I try to bum rush the opponent this way. They don't even have an opportunity to attack me.
Yeah.
I just do everything that I can to win. But I'm really enjoying the story. I didn't realize the story at first because I didn't really know much about it. And now that I'm playing through it, it's very interesting, actually.
I love the story. I thought it was a really cool story, and you know, we talked a really long time ago about it, but it's very, when you play the story mode, it's very interesting to try to put people together in your team because this studio put a lot of time into making people talk to one another. So like you'll want to put Gotenks with like the Gen or Captain Ginyu because they'll have a whole interaction. They'll do a whole Ginyu pose, or you know, you'll have Captain Ginyu go with Cell and he'll be freaked out because Cell looks like a frog and he wants nothing to do with him. You know, like weird things like that go a long way to you. It's like you just want to play more because you want to see what combinations what you can get out of certain combinations. And I just thought that was such a cool feature in that game.
Yeah, they really kill it in that aspect. That's definitely something that I saw that was really different from Mortal Kombat. Is their story is like much more like in depth, and they did it smartly enough to make you realize like how much of a level playing field that they're on in the story, and like why the characters can like fight, and like why Yamcha could fight Frieza and potentially win and shit like that. So I really like that about it too.
It's fucking hilarious too because they totally shit on Yamcha all
Absolutely.
the time.
1,000%.
So Dragon Ball GT Goku was released as a DLC fighter, and we actually got to play him. He is fucking awesome. Honestly, he's probably one of my favorite Gokus. I'd probably say he is my favorite Goku, to be honest with you, because of the power pole. Yeah. Totally whip out the power pole and fuck people up, and then he goes Super Saiyan 4 with one of his moves, which I don't even think is a super powerful move. I think it's just a 1-bar kill instead of a 3-bar. It's a Super Dragon Fist, and his super is a Spirit Bomb, and super quick. He rides, when he wins, he rides on Shenron's head, which was fucking awesome. I wish he would have had like a Nimbus Cloud, but they gave that to Base Goku when he comes in. Arc Studios, they don't fuck around, man. Arc Systems, they don't fuck around with their DLC characters. All of them are fire, no matter how many Gokus are in there. I'm enjoying playing with him. I only got to play him for a little while. I only played like 2 or 3 matches with him, but every time I was playing with him, I'm like, people are gonna get fucking nasty with him. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick that I missed the sale. I got Dragon Ball FighterZ on sale, and I didn't buy any characters because I just used the gift card at the time. And I definitely should have got some add-on characters because they just have so many just cool ones that I want to use, and so many coming in the future that I want to use. And it's just like I could have got the pass for like $17, $18. It was a golden opportunity, and I messed it up. Don't be like me, people. If you see it on sale, get it.
I'm watching, man.
You see, the game of the month this month is Overcooked.
It's great. You guys don't know about Overcooked. Overcooked is a great game to play, and it's a game you should play with caution, though, because you will get mad at whoever you're playing with. But it's such a good co-op game, such a good couch co-op game, and I don't know if it's overrated or underrated, but it definitely seems like it's getting the respect that it deserves. That was a fun little game. We played the shit out of that one.
We really did. We enjoyed it. It's free right now on the PSN. Scoop it up for the month of May. I think it runs to like June something, June 1st, 2nd usually. But I think that's about it for what I've been playing. Cintron, do you have anything else that you can pull out of the tuck?
Nope, nothing else. This is what we've been playing, and thank you for listening.
Thanks for rocking on the other coast. Peace.